This is huge breaking news that Mike Johnson just released this morning. I'm going to go ahead and show you the news title for the House Speaker calls Biden's last-minute pardons shocking and disgusting. He goes out to say in this press conference that Trump has now designated them to create a select subcommittee to stop the Biden pardons. He says they have reason and evidence that because of the evidence that's been found by James Comer, who you're going to see in just a moment, we now can stop the pardons, reverse them, and then able to go after the Biden. And this is what literally Mike Johnson said, the Biden crime family. That's what they're called. That's what we need to investigate into them. But this is very huge breaking news. I'm going to show you the video in just a moment. But in this video, Mike Johnson said they were appalled, they were shocked that Biden actually did this, and ever since he did it, they've been looking into how they could stop the pardons. Trump said to stop the pardons, and now they have this special select subcommittee to go through and figure out a way to stop the pardons so that they can hold the Biden family accountable. Also, this select subcommittee will investigate the January 6th involvement of the FBI as well as the January 6th committee that was investigating the January 6th protest. So this new select subcommittee is investigating the Bidens, investigating the January 6th committee. I mean, this is huge breaking news. I'll show you in just a moment the video from Mike Johnson. We also have breaking news where Trump has now halted all the goods, services, and arms shipments to Ukraine. All shipments have stopped at the NATO bases in Europe and are awaiting further instructions from Trump because he said he would not give Ukraine any more services or goods till they brokered a peace deal with Russia. And Trump even posted on Truth Social the entire thing that I'm going to show you in just a moment. Trump has also designated the Pentagon to send up to 1,500 active duty troops to help secure the U.S.-Mexico border. The last 2 days of Biden's presidency, there were 12,000 border apprehensions. The first 2 days of Trump's presidency, it dropped to only 766. So you know that there is a Trump effect. We also have where the DOJ department is about to show us so much waste and fraud. They have just found that third-party contractors spent $784 million of taxpayer money to build a new U.S. embassy in the South Sudan. They call it a waste of corruption and money. So guys, we have this breaking news today. Trump is stopping Biden's pardons. He's got the select subcommittee. They're investigating it. You're going to hear from James Comer himself over what they found, all the money, the weaponization of government, and how this is going to affect the Biden family. I want to say thank you to everybody that's watching. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button so I can take care of you every day with the top news. And if you don't mind, click the thumbs up like button. It really does help so much with the channel. And thank you to all of our members of the channel that help us supporting us. If you want to be a member, the link is in the description to join. And thank you to everybody that gives a super chat donation. Jackie Marino, Connie Ludwig, Mr. Tracy J. Norby. Wow, let's go. He said, time to kick the party off right. It's starting to happen only in America. Would this have happened? Heads are going to roll. People scattering like rats. Liberal tears are flowing. I love my country and found for with my brothers and sisters. Let's hold Biden accountable 100%. I'm going to show you this video in just a moment. Just want to let everybody know, too, at the end of this video, we're going to be doing our donation to the charity at the end of this video, giving to Tupelo Mansion, where we donate from this channel. People that donate super chats and members and their members, we take money from that, and I bring money too, and we donate to charities once a month to bring a positive change in this world. We're going to do that at the end of this video. But I want to go ahead and jump into this. Guys, this is about as breaking news as possible. House Speaker Johnson calls Biden's last-minute pardons shocking and disgusting. This is huge. I'm going to show you the video. Oh, y'all, and y'all show Mr. Norby some love in the chat, everybody. That's an amazing super chat that's going to go to help a lot of people out. Shocking and disgusting. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the video for what Mike Johnson said, and then Bongino has some words to say about it in just a moment too. Guys, this is huge breaking news. Remember, Mike Johnson, leader of the House, they've already created this subcommittee. Check this out.
It was shocking. I mean, it was shocking what President Biden did on the way out, pardoning his family for more than a decade of whatever activity, any nonviolent offenses. It was breathtaking to us. I don't think that's anything like that's ever been anticipated. And by the way, go look at the tape. 4 years ago, when it was just implied that President Trump might do something similar, they were apoplectic. Joe Biden himself, Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer, roll the tape. They all said that would be crazy and unconscionable, and now they're cheering it along. To us, it is disgusting. To us, it probably proves the point, the suspicion that, they call it the Biden crime family. If they weren't the crime family, why do they need pardons, right? Look, there's a lot of attention that's going to be paid to this, and I think that is appropriate, and we will be looking at it as well.
Guys, you hear that? So we already know, this is what the news article is reporting, that they have created this select subcommittee to not only investigate the Biden crime family, but also, now I'm saying it, the Biden crime family, but also, check this out, this new subcommittee is going to be, House Republicans announced a new select subcommittee to continue the investigation of the events preceding and following the January 6th protest. So this all happened this morning, all this breaking news. This is huge, huge news. I want to say thank you to Michelle, Faela, and Andy for the super chats. Let's go. He said, what's going on with the term limits? Are we getting rid of the treasonous thieves who are becoming wealthy selling us out? Hopefully. Michelle Faela said, woohoo, about time we've got a president going after the corruption, and I love our president and country. Awesome. Y'all show them some love in the chat. Now, I want to show you this because remember, this is like shocking everybody online in a good way. Listen to what Bongino says, because I'm telling you, the faster that they can get all this done, the faster that we can get to holding these people accountable, people are going to start believing in the justice system again. And that's where we got to get to. Check this out.
Rock'em sock'em robots, ladies and gentlemen. It is happening already. I told you it was going to happen. This is the way to do it. The media wants to practice because this show believes in deciphering for you how political tactics work. Saul Alinsky, as you know, was a left-wing organizer. Saul Alinsky was a bad guy, but he wasn't a stupid guy. One of Saul Alinsky's rules is isolate the target. In other words, if you don't focus all your fire on one person, you're never going to break the enemy's line. You got to concentrate fire in one direction. When one guy's shooting this way, one guy's shooting that way, you don't have a concentrated effect of a volley going in one direction. You got to isolate the target. Trump is making it really hard to isolate the target by giving them 100 targets to target. So here's the Trump True Social post on Russia, by the way, saying he's going to cut a deal. The media's losing their minds about this. But yesterday, they were losing their minds about this cut right here. Here is Tom Homan, the border czar, saying, hey, man, you thought we were kidding about these raids? As they're losing their minds about the raids, they're trying to lose their minds about Hegseth and the Russia thing, but they can't. Rock'em sock'em robots. This is the way to do it. Hit them every single day with 10 more things. Here's Tom Homan on they were dead serious about these raids. Check this out.
Based on your initial schedule, that today roundups of criminal illegal aliens and the process of deporting them would begin. That seems to have been put on hold for a little while. When can we expect that to happen? Where will it begin?
No, it started.
It has started.
ICE teams are out there as of today. We gave them the direction to prioritize public safety threats that we're looking for. So we've been working up the target list. There was some discussion about Chicago because the Pacific operational plan was released. So we had to look at and reevaluate, does this raise officer safety concerns? And it does. But we've addressed that, and teams are all effective today.
Now, of course, the media is dying to do what? They're dying to put out pictures. Oh my gosh, here's someone crying. Here's another person crying. Notice the media is not covering the family of Laken Riley and others as they're going to be ready to sign the Laken Riley Act, who I assure you shed a whole lot of tears about the tragic loss of their daughter. Notice how the media chooses to focus on you, the American people, getting screwed over by a group of people violating the law, but they focus on the people violating the law, not you. You see how they do this? So this is what the beauty of Rock'em Sock'em Robots. The minute he hits him with this, he hits him with something else. Here is a Trump commenting on, hey, man, we're going to designate these cartels. He's in the Oval Office here, which is a great sight to see, by the way. I've been there many times. Love it. Here he is commenting on, you know those drug cartels? We're going to treat them like terror groups. And I love the way he just leaves it an open-ended question. Hey, you going to have special operations teams go in there and like wipe these guys out? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I guess they'll have to look over their shoulders for the rest of their life. That's the way to do it. Keep them guessing. Watch this.
President Trump, if the cartels are now going to be seen as foreign terror organizations, would you think about ordering U.S. Special Forces into Mexico to take them out?
Could happen. Stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened. That's the way to do it.
Guys, just want to say we got about 2,800 people watching. Guys, this is amazing. We got breaking news today with Mike Johnson, the whole Biden part, stopping the Biden pardons. If you haven't hit the thumbs up like button, guys, please do so. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button so I can take care of you with the news twice a day, Monday through Friday. Let's go.
Keep them guessing, man. Don't tell them your plan. Just kick them in the nuts when they have no cup on. That's exactly how to do it. Here's another one. Nick Sorter on Twitter. Just in, President Trump's Department of Homeland Security just fired the entire advisory committee, citing misuse of resources. Biden's DHS funneled billions to facilitating illegal immigrants, so this move is much needed. DHS is finally getting an overhaul. Again, every single time they try to focus on, oh my gosh, Pete Hegseth, oh my gosh, Tulsi Gabbard, oh my gosh, we've got border raids coming. They don't know what to do. Here, of course, are the memorandums. You can see them for yourself. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do because they can't focus on a story because Trump won't let them. This, listen to me, folks, this is the mistake they know they made in 2016. It's not their fault. They were new to politics. Trump's benefit in 2016 to you was he was new to politics. The downside to being new to politics is they were unfamiliar with the process. Trump was a businessman, running a real estate empire. He wasn't familiar with the machinations of politics every day. Now he gets it. This is why Trump term 2, as I said on my radio show yesterday, I told you, the fact that he's in no rush right now, not no rush, excuse me, under no pressure for re-election is the benefit. Everybody said, oh my gosh, this is terrible. He's going to be a lame duck. He's not a lame duck at all. He's got his sons, they could run. He's got JD who could run. He's not a lame duck at all. Now he doesn't have the pressure for re-election, and that's why all this stuff is happening. He's hitting people all at once with all of this stuff, and they don't know what to do. Here's another one they were attempted to lose their minds over. Here is the commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard, Linda Fagan, as Libs of TikTok points out, who's been terminated. Apparently spent more of her time worried about DEI initiatives rather than this thing called the border. You know, we have a coastline that's kind of like our border on the ocean. Maybe that's what we should focus on, drug interdiction, illegal migrants, and this other stuff. Here is your former commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard that Donald Trump unceremoniously gave the boot to. Check this out.
We currently have nearly 40% women enrolled at the Coast Guard Academy. I'm really excited about the talent and the diversity that I see coming through the academy.
Yeah, you shouldn't get too excited. There's nothing to get excited about. I'll tell you what I'm excited about, you exiting the United States Coast Guard. Folks, we are back to merit. We are back to rock'em sock'em robots. We are back to a president who gets it. We are back to a president who understands the world transactionally because that's how the world is. You want to get involved in emotions? This is the wrong show. We're not doing it. I'm telling you, you're making a mistake. I'm just trying to protect you. For our P1s and the people who love the show, you're here because you want results. That's why you're here, and that's why I respect you, and I hope you respect me back. I'm guessing by the audience we have every single day. You guys understand, this is the results show. It's not the emotion show. This guy did this to me in the past. This guy was great in the past, now he's bad. This guy was bad in the past, now he's good. I don't care. All I care about is the now and what you're doing now to advance the football. And the bottom line is Donald Trump is a results guy. Results we have not gotten with George W. Bush, Ronald Reagan, anyone else. Reagan took 8 years. I loved Reagan. I'm a huge fan of a lot of what Reagan did. Not knocking the guy. He's long since passed. I'm simply telling you, this guy is in the FO portion of the F around and find out book that's sitting right on his desk right now. And he's hitting them with rock'em sock'em robots. Here's Ian Yeager on Twitter. Breaking. Former Secretary of Homeland Security Jay Johnson said there could be mass resignations from the DOJ following Trump's decision to pardon the January 6th prisoners. I got a section coming up on January 6th pardons in a second, so have no fear. We'll get to that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how this is a bad thing. You've got a bunch of deep state swamp rats who were perfectly okay with a weaponized process to target people. I am not telling you nobody did a single thing wrong on January 6th. That's not this show. It'll never be this show. I'm telling you the full story of what happened that day has been hidden for a long time because they don't want you to know about federal involvement on that day. They don't want you to know who the pipe bomber is. And until they're willing to disclose who was who did what, and who was on, well, you know, who was there on the scene that day, then I'm not willing to take their word for anything. And there is zero chance the process was fair to those people. Nope. Zero. You're telling me
Guys, let me tell you this. Right now, this is as breaking news as it's going to get. Mike Johnson came out, said House Speaker calls Biden's last-minute pardons shocking and disgusting. A lot of people are saying, how's Trump going to stop them? I've got that video for you next. So I'm going to show you again. Mike Johnson says they've just created a new select subcommittee that is going to investigate the Bidens. Trump says stop the pardons. They are not valid. The reason they're not valid is because they're blanket and they're preemptive. Nowhere in the Constitution does it allow or even say about preemptive. Here is the article about the new select subcommittee to continue the investigation of the events preceding and following the January 6th. So not only are they going to investigate the Bidens, they're also going to investigate the January 6th committee and the FBI's involvement with the January 6th protest. Here is Mike Johnson again speaking about they are now looking into investigating into the Biden pardons to stop them. Check this out.
It was shocking. I mean, it was shocking what President Biden did on the way out, pardoning his family for more than a decade of whatever activity, any nonviolent offenses. It was breathtaking to us. I don't think that's anything like that's ever been anticipated. And by the way, go look at the tape. 4 years ago, when it was just implied that President Trump might do something similar, they were apoplectic. Joe Biden himself, Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer, roll the tape. They all said that would be crazy and unconscionable, and now they're cheering it along. To us, it is disgusting. To us, it probably proves the point, the suspicion that they call it the Biden crime family. If they want the crime family, why do they need pardons, right? Look, there's a lot of attention that's going to be paid to this, and I think that is appropriate, and we will be looking at it as well.
All right, you hear that, guys? A lot of attention being paid to it, and there's going to be a lot of investigations into this as well. This is as big as it gets, everybody, when it comes to holding the Biden family accountable. I want to say thank you so much, Freedom, Miss B, Philip Pecho, and Kathy L. and Andy for the super chats, and B1 Sly One. Y'all show them some love in the chat, everybody. Now, I want to show you the actual person who is going after and going to be leading this new select subcommittee, going after the Bidens, going after the FBI, and all those people that they literally have now the evidence needed to go after them for all they say the Biden crime family. Mike Johnson just said that. Listen to this.
James Comer has a best-selling book out about the Bidens. Thank you both. How much money did the Biden family make?
The family took in $27 million from our adversaries around the world. They never could say, even when we brought them in for depositions and interviews, what they actually did to receive the money. Then we found, going through their bank records, that they had another $8 million in loans that they never paid back, never paid any interest on or anything. So that's $35 million.
I want that loan. Can I have that loan?
Yeah, right. Wouldn't we all?
I think everybody here would like that. And you expose all of this. Now, I would argue that he forgot one person. Himself.
Right there.
Well, that what we said in our investigation was that we found 10 different Biden family members, including Joe Biden, profited from the influence peddling schemes.
Dang.
The money would come from a wire from a foreign adversary, usually a foreign oligarch. In some cases, we believe the country of China.
An oligarch. Didn't Joe Biden warn us about
Yes.
oligarchs? Aren't there Elena Baturina, wasn't she an oligarch?
Yes.
The guy in Kazakhstan, the
Yes.
people in Ukraine, the
Yes.
people in China.
Romania.
A lot of oligarchs the Bidens are friends
Yeah.
with.
The money would then go through a series of shell companies. Then it would be laundered down. And then the 10 different Biden family members would receive incremental payments. And ironically, 6 of the pardons came from family that received payments that had been laundered. This isn't my word, Sean. These are the words of 6 different banks. They were laundering money through shell companies that the Biden families received.
Boom,
He pardoned
baby.
them preemptively. And the only place in the world the spouses were ever named was in our investigation in the Oversight and Judiciary Committee. We named those spouses by name. The media, other than your show, Sean, and thank you for being the platform to get this out. Thank God your ratings are higher than MSNBC and CNN combined.
Oh, thank God, too.
The American people.
I second that. Yeah.
The American people saw it.
Thank
and that
you.
made it.
You guys did the digging, the hard work, and you exposed the Peter Schweitzer deserves
Yep.
a lot of credit, too.
Absolutely.
He wrote the book Secret Empires. President Trump signed this weaponization of government has to stop.
Yep.
Also revoking 51 former intel officials that knew nothing about Hunter's laptop and tried to interfere in an election. Jim Jordan, you were there. You investigated every part of this. Didn't Hunter's laptop talk about half his income going to Pops?
Oh, yeah,
Wasn't
to the
there a
big guy.
WhatsApp message to the
big
head
guy,
of the
yeah.
CEFC?
Yeah. Right.
Didn't Joe's home repairs get paid for by Hunter Biden, according to emails with their economic guru, Eric Sherwin, if I'm not mistaken?
Yep, all that took place. But what I really think was important today is President Trump did what he said he would do when it came to pardons and people, the defendants of January 6th, and Joe Biden didn't. Joe Biden told us he would never pardon his family, and yet he did all of them. Joe Biden said, oh, there's no pardons needed. We just heard it for folks who were involved with the January 6th committee, and yet he did it. So Joe Biden did exactly opposite what he told us he was going to do.
Wow.
President Trump kept his word, did exactly what he said. I think that's the big takeaway from the actions we see from both the outgoing president and, of course, our new
Okay,
president.
here's the big question. Is this over? Because my understanding, Alan Dershowitz's understanding, is once you get a pardon, you no longer have the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. If they go before your committees, every one of these pardoned family members, don't they have to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help them God?
There's a number of things we want to look at. Everything's
Right
on the
here,
table,
guys.
but I really think one of the keys is the report we got just right before, just a few weeks ago, was with the 26 confidential human sources. 26 confidential human sources here on January 6, 2021, 17 inside restricted space, 4 in the Capitol. 2 of those 4 in the Capitol were tasked to be here by the FBI. I think there are all kinds of questions we have for those
I have 5
individuals.
people that said Trump authorized the use of the Guard days before. So did the Capitol Police Chief, by the way, begging for the National Guard. In writing, Muriel Bowser denied the use of the National Guard. It was her authorization. Pelosi did nothing. They never brought in the Sergeant of Arms. Liz Cheney needed hers, in my view, too.
Not to mention the number of false things that committee put out on me, on you, on so many people.
Me? Little old me?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I think there's some unanswered questions we have to get to there. So we will look at that.
And you'll do that,
on the
too?
table.
Absolutely.
All right. You guys have been rock stars.
Guys, let me tell you this. So you just heard, they're now going to bring them before the new select subcommittee. They're going to be investigating into the Bidens now with this new select subcommittee. This news just broke this morning, guys. Speaker Johnson and the House Republican Conference today announced the intent to establish the new select subcommittee under the 119th Congress to the House Republicans' investigations into all the events leading up to and after January 6th. On top of that, we have where House Speaker Johnson said that they're going to investigate the pardoning and stop what Joe Biden did. Reason being, preemptive pardons do not exist within the Constitution. Only pardons. And pardons only exist when somebody has been convicted of a crime. So they have now said that it is unconstitutional to issue a preemptive pardon to someone who has not even been criminally charged for a crime. So this is where Trump said, and Mike Johnson said, they now can stop with their Congress these preemptive pardons and do the right investigations into not only Biden, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, the entire Biden family. So this is insane breaking news. On top of that, if you are a Trump fan, if you are a MAGA fan, you remember when Trump said that he was suing all the networks for $10 billion? Well, guess what? Under Biden, the FCC stated that that wasn't going to happen. Well, the new chair under Trump in the FCC is reinstating the claims against ABC, NBC, CBS. Breaking news today this morning that Trump can now sue them for up to $10 billion. Check this out.
Report, we continue to follow the breaking news of the day coming.
Oh, and just want to say, guys, we got over 6,000 people watching. If you don't mind, click the thumbs up like button. It really does help the channel. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button so I can take care of you every day with the top news. Monday through Friday, 2 shows a day, one on Saturday and one on Sunday.
From the new FCC chair, a Republican, Brendan Carr, we're learning that President Trump's complaints against unfair airtime on NBC, ABC, and CBS News can now proceed.
And that means that these can be adjudicated if they do find some wrongdoing here.
Yep.
So let's get out to Alana Austin, who is going to be following this for us here today. Alana, what was your takeaway from this here?
Hi, good morning. A new sheriff is in town. I believe that you said that just a few minutes ago. Certainly we heard over the elections that there were concerns from voters about fairness and integrity to the system, about the media coverage. And we have learned through a source familiar that the new FCC chair, he has reversed the decision by the outgoing Democratic chair of the FCC to dismiss complaints against several television networks. So Brendan Carr is now officially in charge of the FCC. He's reversing that 11th hour dismissal of presidential election complaints filed against ABC, NBC, and CBS, but not one against Fox. So that one is dropped. The CBS complaint involved a heavily edited 60 Minutes interview with then Vice President Kamala Harris, as well as demands to see the transcript. Now, critics said these edits were deceptive and resulted in the Democratic presidential candidate seeing a more flattering response on the U.S.-Israeli relationship. The ABC case in question involved the network's handling of the presidential debate and allegations that it was unfairly one-sided. The NBC complaint involved equal time rules, as those regulations might have been applied to Harris's appearance on Saturday Night Live. The complaints against ABC, CBS, and NBC still can be adjudicated on their merits, and they will be live again with the FCC.
Wow.
Now, a source familiar tells Newsmax that Chairman Brendan Carr will put the ABC, NBC, and CBS cases back into pending or active status. The source also says the former Democratic FCC chairwoman Jessica Rosenworcel could have prevented the FCC from reversing course here if she had acted on this issue just a few weeks earlier. That could have prevented the new chair from reaching back and overturning the dismissals. In a statement issued just last Thursday, though, Rosenworcel alleged that the complaints were attempts to weaponize the government over its licensing powers. Now, the complaint against Fox was over 2020 presidential election results that will not be brought back at this time. Now, we reached out recently to representatives at CBS, ABC, and NBC, but we have not yet heard back at this hour. We will update you as soon as we receive a reaction from any of those three networks.
All right, Alana Austin, live for us from the Capitol with those details. Alana, thank you very much. We'll be watching to see what this means for fairness when it comes to these networks covering the Trump administration. Just think, they have an opportunity to write this course when it comes to how you cover the President Trump and his executive orders and why he's making the decisions he is.
Brendan Carr has said they have to live up to their public interest and obligation to providing fair coverage, and this might be the first step in that, and a warning shot to the legacy media. We talk about it all the time, CBS, ABC, NBC. These are ones that have a big platform, a big audience, and Trump has argued this since 2016 that they've been unfairly covering him. We'll wait to see how these cases play out.
Wow, guys, we are about to see Trump get not only retribution over the past year in the election, but also in retribution for the past 4+ years of them unfairly defaming him, calling him Hitler, fascist, all this stuff. This is breaking news. I want to say thank you to Mr. Norby for the super chat. Let's go. Y'all show Mr. Norby some love in the chat. So I wanted to show you this breaking news today as well. This just happened moments ago. The guys, I'm telling you, on TrueLife News, I bring you the breaking news as it happens. Even if we're during a live show, if something happens, I'm going to show you. Pentagon to send up to 1,500 active duty troops to help secure the U.S.-Mexico border, official says. This is literally from the Washington Post. It's happening right now. Not only is Trump going to secure the U.S. southern border, but also New York Post this morning, a couple of hours ago, the ICE arrested 308 illegal migrants on Trump's first day in office, border czar Tom Homan says. So Trump is holding to this. They are doing active raids right now to go through and prevent and remove as many illegal immigrants as possible. I wanted to show you a little bit more on the Biden pardons, Trump and them working to stop them, because right now, guys, I'm telling you, what we're seeing is just the beginning of where things are going. Trump has not only rocked the entire world in the first couple of days with his presidency, but he has also unleashed over 200 actions, over 70 executive orders, and now he is going to be working to make sure that America is put first and the America agenda is put first. Check this out. Trump is not holding back one bit. Sorry, this is loading. 1 second.
Blue West. He's in California, 2 hours north of LA, reportedly considering buying a home out there. He wants to be far from Washington. And D.C. Democrats want Biden on the other coast, too. His old pals in the media are kicking him in the back on the way out. The term was historic, but not in a good way. He broke a lot of records. Record border crossings, record amount of new regs, a record number of pardons. Over 4,000 people, including killers, drug traffickers, corrupt politicians.
And also, the Trump is reversing the pardons on the 37 of the 40 on death row. That is a huge breaking news too. That is involved with also stopping the other preemptive pardons. Remember, preemptive pardons are not in the Constitution. Only pardons are. And you, in order to get a pardon, you have to have been convicted of a crime, criminally charged. Nobody that he gave a preemptive pardon to, except Hunter Biden, was already criminally charged. That's why this is so important.
And his entire family.
You know, I didn't know that he gave a pardon to his family because he did it during my speech. They released it during my speech. During my speech. So all I could do was say, excuse me, I'd like to come back and speak some more. So, no, we were surprised by that. It's bad precedent, obviously.
Biden snuck out blanket preemptive pardons for Jimmy the Chin, Frankie Four Fingers, Silent Val, all of their spouses. If they didn't do anything wrong, why the preemptive pardons? If it's all above board, why do you wait until Trump was at the inauguration to announce it? Back in 2020, when the media thought Trump was pardoning his family, he never did. They said that makes you guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of somebody getting a preemptive pardon who was innocent of all crime? Who's just an innocent person? Have you ever heard of that? Just somebody getting a blanket pardon and they're an innocent person?
Is there an innocent explanation for someone to seek preemptive pardons for family members? Would you do that if you knew you were innocent and just worried about outside forces?
Mark Milley, the J6 committee, and Fauci got a pardon too. Fauci's is backdated to 2014. That's fishy. 2014, that's when Obama banned taxpayer-funded gain of function.
Yep.
And that's when Fauci started tinkering around with it. So Fauci did nothing wrong, and maybe 1 million Americans died, but just in case, here's a pardon.
Biden covered up the lab leak investigation, then pardoned the guy who funded the lab. We're onto something here. Can the Trump administration abuse its power and then everybody gets a preemptive pardon at 11/59/2029? Homan, you're pardoned. Do whatever you have to do. That sets a bad precedent and makes Biden and all of his cronies look guilty as sin. Now his former top aides are going on CNN to say Biden is a bad boy.
It was a disappointing move. I was disappointed in it. I think he has spoken so eloquently about the need to preserve the rule of law. As he was coming into office in 2020, he talked about the idea of Trump pardoning his family and said that it would send a bad message. And I think it's hard to argue that it didn't yesterday. I will be totally candid. I think it was disappointing.
Clay Travis is the founder of Outkick.com. So Fauci gets a preemptive pardon? Why do you think that was?
Guys, let me tell you this. All the pardons that have been gone forth already are now under probes and investigation by the new House Select Subcommittee. I want to show you this again. So House Speaker Johnson calls Biden's last-minute pardon shocking and disgusting. They have now issued a new subcommittee under new select subcommittee, not only to investigate the pardons and stop them, but also to continue the investigations of the events preceding and following the January 6th protests. They're going to investigate everybody. The January 6th committee, they're going to investigate Biden, his whole family, in the entire all preemptive pardons. Because again, too, you're about to hear where Mike Johnson says the preemptive pardons are not constitutional. And because they are not constitutional, they cannot be valid. You have to be criminally charged in order to have a preemptive pardon. So what they did was they waited for Biden to get out of office to see everybody that he would pardon. And now they are going full force to go through, stop the pardons, investigate them, and figure out what went on. Thank you so much, Ty Matt Chong, for the super chat. Let's go. Y'all show Ty some love in the chat. Check this out.
Came tonight. I'm very grateful, actually, because I'm really here with one message, and I know you know what the message is. Yeah. But I think it's clear. You have a razor-thin majority. I know you'll go up to 5, which is still very thin. Yeah. And we have a lot of problems in this country. How can you get this caucus, the varying factions, the study group, the Saturday group, the Sunday group, the Freedom Caucus, all of them to understand that they have to work together?
Yes, the answer is yes. Welcome back to Capitol Hill. We're glad to have you. He did get a rousing applause when he walked in the room tonight. We assembled top leaders in the House to show you that we are unified, but not just unified, energized. There's a sea change in Washington. You felt it here. You were here during the inauguration events, and we're all still kind of riding high after that amazing set of events. I was with the president at the White House for 3 hours today with Leader Thune and other leaders from the conference here. We are all united on this agenda, Shauna. We know we got to deliver on that America First agenda. We will. We've been working on it already. The president is already going to have legislation to sign. His executive orders came out as a flurry, as we expected. We're just getting started.
The Riley Act is first?
Exactly right. And that's a border provision, which actually got a few Democrat votes. What a concept, you know? They got the message in the election, just like everyone did. The American people had enough of the radical, woke, progressive agenda. They delivered Donald J. Trump a 77 million popular vote outcome. We got 74.7 million in the House, the highest popular vote total for the House ever, for the House Republicans. We have a mandate, and we're going to use it, and these are the people who are going to get it done.
Let me ask, all of you in the room, you understand that you win or lose together. Does everyone get that?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Does everyone understand that nobody in this room, and there are friends, new friends in this room, nobody here will get everything that they want. Do we understand that too?
Yes. Yeah.
Everybody gets that? Jim Jordan even agrees. We'll talk to Jim in a minute. But if people understand that when you talk to members, and I know there are people that are giving you a hard time, and you explain this concept to them, Are they open to hearing you?
Yes, everybody is. We are having family conversations. That's part of it. We're a great deliberative body.
You throw food?
No food. No. Pencils, but no. Okay. We're in these rooms with whiteboards, working it out. Everybody has different ideas, but our principles are the same. We want to scale down the size and scope of government. We want to get the border secured. We want to unleash American energy again, get back to energy dominance, and unleash the U.S. economy again. We got to make sure that we don't have the largest tax increase in U.S. history, which is what would happen if we fail in this mission by the end of this year. A lot of things on the table, but we all know that. We know how high the stakes are, and we are going to deliver for the people.
Okay. When you look at that insider advantage poll, I think it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
They want this unity. It seems that the agenda that they're saying that they want is the Trump agenda.
Yes.
Trump agenda, if you really break it down, to its simplest form, is not that complicated.
No.
If implemented, it would be transformational.
It would, and it follows common sense. That's the theme that you'll hear him talking about and all of us talking about. We all ran on that agenda. We were in our districts, and that's how we delivered that decisive outcome in the election. What this is getting America back, making America great again. It's not just a slogan. It's what we're actually going to accomplish, and it is going to be a new golden age in America, and we can't wait to get that thing going.
Let me talk a little bit. Probably the two biggest issues in the campaign had to do with border security, the economy. And that's one thing that I think really hurt the Democrats is they were in denial and flat out lied to us repeatedly saying the border is secure and the border is closed. It was never closed. We showed it every night. Joe was a cognitive mess for 4 years. I put on the best montages we've ever put on television that late night comics should have used. They lied about inflation being transitory. The average family is struggling. The cost of gasoline is $1.25, $1.50 more a gallon. I mean, these are real impactful issues for the people in Ohio and Indiana and Texas and all around our great country. And I think that was a big part of it. People are going to want results. They want them pretty fast. Sure. Now, starting with the border. We have known terrorists in the country. We have cartel members in the country. We have gang members in the country. We have known murderers. We have known rapists in the country. Okay, Remain in Mexico comes back. Love it. Build the wall. Love it. All of those things are important. How do you possibly, in a country of this size, find the people from Iran and Syria and Afghanistan, Egypt and Venezuela and Russia and China and get them the hell out of here?
It's a serious challenge, but it will be our focus. We're going to begin with the dangerous criminals that we can find pretty easily. Many of them have committed crimes in the country, of course, some violent acts upon Americans, and that's what the American people demand and deserve immediately. That starts now. Those executive orders were to jumpstart it, and we'll be codifying a lot of what the president has already signed, and we will fund this. We will restore the safety and security of the country for the American people. If you don't have a border, you don't even have sovereignty. And that's what people recognized in the election. They weren't buying the nonsense that the Democratic Party was selling.
What do you do about cities and states that are sanctuaries, safe havens for illegal immigrants?
Well, one of the things we have here is the purse strings, right? That's the power of the purse, and we've got to bring them to heel. These cities that have led to this chaos, that created the humanitarian catastrophe that came from that border, that we'll be living with for decades. It's going to take us a long time to unwind this. But to your point, the American people need to see immediate results. They're going to see resolve here. They're going to see action, not just talk, and that's already begun.
Okay, let's go to a specific example. Our old friend Gavin Newsom. Okay. A lot of Gavin fans here, I can tell. I actually feel sorry for the people in California.
Yeah, sure.
You know, what did they lose? 13,000 structures. I mean, it's terrible. And they never practiced the science of forestry.
No.
How do you have a fire hydrant that has no water? How do you have a reservoir that is empty?
Yeah.
That is government to me at its worst, right?
Right.
They didn't have controlled burns. They didn't clear the kindling, the brush that you should be clearing out. But you go to California, they're a sanctuary state. LA and San Francisco are sanctuary cities.
Yeah.
Okay, Gavin is doubling down on a fight Trump agenda, you know, Trump-proof California.
Right.
And so are you saying that California, if they continue to aid and abet law breaking and harbor illegal immigrants, money from D.C. gets cut off.
Yeah, we're talking about conditions to this disaster. Look, there are natural disasters, but there are man-made disasters as well, and they made terrible decisions. You know, they knew exactly what they were doing. That reservoir outside Pacific Palisades, 117 million gallons, it was empty for a year. Why? They were trying to save a smelt fish or something. I mean, their policies are upside down. They made decisions that made that disaster exponentially worse, and this is what the American taxpayer is demanding of us everywhere else in the country.
Take it a step further.
Yeah.
Guys, and this is, again, too, all the craziness that's happening. We're finally getting common sense back into the White House, back into where Trump is at with his team. If you look at the thumbnail, guys, you see Trump's team, Thune, J.D. Vance, Mike Johnson. Everybody now is working on the Trump agenda to do what? To fulfill it. We have House Speaker Johnson, who has literally created a brand new select subcommittee, not only to stop the Biden pardons, but to stop all the investigations that ever went into the January 6th, to investigate them as well, right here, as well as to make sure that the pardons that were given to the January 6th committee members, we get all the evidence and all the truth, because there was tampering of evidence. We have all the evidence that showed that Liz Cheney, in fact, was tampered evidence, tampered with witnesses and whatnot. And that's where this is just coming just 2 days after Trump. 2 days after Trump is now president. So this is big breaking news, guys. It's 100% to me online with where Trump wants to be in terms of accountability, in terms of holding people accountable and making sure that the truth comes out, because for 4 to 5 plus years, we have seen lies after lies after lies. And I want to show you just one more thing that we're getting into, guys. If you don't think that it's bad enough with the left-wing agenda, look what the New York Times posted this morning as their headline: how labeling cartels terrorist. Trump put an executive action out there, said that all the drug cartels are now labeled as terrorists, which gives him executive action to send the National Guard and active duty troops to go after the drug cartels. How labeling cartels terrorists could hurt the U.S. economy. This is how far people have gone. This is how bad it's gotten. And this is why we got to get back to common sense and got to get back to actually putting America first. I want to say, we got over 7,000 people watching. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button so I can take care of you every day with the top news, Monday through Friday, 2 shows a day, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. And just want to say thank you to everybody. If you haven't hit the thumbs up like button, please do so. It really does help the channel. Thank you to all of our members, to everybody that's given a super chat donation. Y'all are the best. We are so grateful for your support. And I want to move, guys. There's a reason we call it TrueLife News. We want to bring you the truth. But there's another special thing that we do with this channel every single month. This is why I'm really excited about this, is that we have so many people that get to experience this with us. Every single month, we donate to charity once a month. When you donate to super chats, when you donate membership fees, when you donate that through YouTube, of course, guys, you have to know YouTube takes a pretty good percentage of that. Well, what I get, instead, like I take a portion, not a portion, but I take the portion that I get that YouTube doesn't get, and I donate it live in front of you right now to a charity. And I show you that this channel is more than just reporting the news. We are giving back and making this world a better place. We have given to wounded warriors. We gave to the people in North Carolina with the hurricanes. We've given to Samaritan's Purse, guys. We've done phenomenal things. And this month, we are giving today to Tupelo Mansion. This is a group home for kids that don't have families, that don't have loved ones, that they don't have anybody. And you can go look it up yourself. The URL is mansionkids.org. Mansionkids.org. I'm going to put it in the chat, and you can go see this website for yourself. It is a wonderful, wonderful charity that they've been around for a long time. And so what I do is I partner with you, and we together, with the money that comes in, we give, and I'm about to show you right now. So we're about to give to Tupelo Mansion. This is a wonderful, wonderful it's a children's home where all these kids, they don't have anybody. And so this makes me happy that we get to do this and donate to them. And so with your help, you're about to see me live on stream. I'm on the website. We're going to make a one-time gift. We do this every single month with a different charity every single month. And this month, we are going to be giving $1,500 to Tupelo Mansion. Can we get some likes and some support for this, guys? I am so excited. We have already given over $20,000 to charities live on this channel because of your donations, guys. We are about to give $1,500 to Tupelo Mansion to help out these kids that do not have anybody, to help them find homes, to have them find get clothes, to help them have a roof over their head. And so as you can see, I'm going to go through. This is $1,500. I'm going to put the payment on. I'm going to put it on myself. Let me go ahead and put my personal information because don't want that out on the internet. But I'm going to go through real quick, put in my personal information, and then I'm going to show you the end screen where it shows how much we actually gave, and just show you that we partner with you because we want to do something great in this world. And we don't want to just, be another normal YouTube channel. We want to be a YouTube channel. We want to be a YouTube channel that gives back. And that's why we do this every single month. And so I'm about to press the button right now. All right, it's been pressed. Okay, so it has officially been pressed. We've now given it success. I'm going to try to zoom in and only show you the transaction ID and this so that way you can see donation amount, payment date right here, payment ID, donation amount $1,500, because above it does have my personal information. So guys, this is all because of you. We're able to do this because of you. And so we partner with you. We give back, and every single month, hopefully we can keep giving more. But, we're trying to figure out a way where, we can give as much as possible. But this right here, guys, we just donation amount, the payment ID, the payment date. It just happened 3:23 p.m. Eastern time. Guys, thank y'all so much for your support. I want to say thank you to everybody that is here. Hopefully, guys, let's tell YouTube to stop taking so much of the dang money so we can give more. But they do take a large percentage of it. But I want to say thank you to everybody that's watching. Remember, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Thank you to all of our members of the channel, Mr. Tracy J. Norby, Judy Lynn Loving Spirit, Deanna Scott, Virginia Friday, Chip Trap, everybody, all y'all member. If you want to be a member, the link is in the description to join. And if you don't mind, again, click the thumbs up like button. Guys, we're doing this every month. We are going to keep growing this YouTube channel, keep serving you every single day. Neo Charm, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's go. He said, for the kids, always. I love it, guys. And if you give more, guys, remember, every single month, we're going to give back. And if you have any ideas for what charities, put them in the chat. And the Giving to the Kids group home, I got this from Mr. Tracy J. Norby. We want to do this every single month, partnering with you to bring positive change in this world. Thank you so much. Y'all show Neo Charm some love in the chat. We love you, appreciate you, and we will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.